Welcome back to our conversation about labor and labor issues with the president of the Massachusetts AFL-CIO, Steve Tolman. So, Steve, over the winter, you were up at the State House backing teacher union demands in the form of a bill they filed for the right to strike. That is denied to public employees in all but 12 states. Governor Healey said during an interview with us a few weeks back that she's, quote, not a fan of that bill, that, quote, there's a reason why teachers and other public employees are prohibited from striking. Quote, while I have a lot of sympathy and want to make sure workers are getting paid what they should for the important work they do, it's still paramount that our kids be in school, end quote. Why is she wrong?
Well, she's not wrong, John. That's the way she feels, and we respect that. The problem is the deck is stacked against teachers with the school committees, and they know that they can just delay implementation of any contract, and they can outweigh the teachers. And so the law that the teachers union is supporting, I think, is very good because it says 6 months. You got 6 months to get this done, or they have the right to strike. Teachers don't want to strike. By the way, the communities, contrary to what some of the press has said, they have a lot of community support in the neighborhoods by these parents, because they understand that these teachers, in many cases, and the support staff as well, were not being paid properly. So that there's a way. You have to kind of, nobody wants to strike, but as a last resort, you have to have something where you can say, I'm withholding my work until you come to the table and treat us fairly.
Well, I mean, the governor sure sounds to me like she'd veto any such bill. I mean, what's your response to her?
Well, it's only one thing. The governor's just getting her kind of sea legs right now, and we're excited about having a Democratic governor. We know that she'll probably try to be more accountable, and we're excited about that. But we believe very strongly that teachers should have the right to strike if they're not getting anywhere in negotiations, and we've seen that in the benefits that have been increased in so many of these towns. I mean, there was one group of people that saw a 40% increase because they've been so adversely impacted for so long.
All right. Well, on another topic here, you and the AFL-CIO backed the successful candidacy of Diana DiZoglio for state auditor. You actually appeared in a TV commercial for her, looking good, by the way. Now, the auditor, as she promised during the campaign, wants to audit the legislature. They're saying that's illegal. Do you support that audit?
I think the auditor's doing everything she can, and she's fulfilling her campaign promise. They say it was done 100 years ago. I mean, that's not my forte, so to speak. I know that the auditor is very committed, and I respect her decision to do what she's doing. She made that pledge when she's running. She's following through with that pledge.
Well, they're saying, first of all, that 100-year-old practice was a much more sort of superficial kind of review than she's proposing. And they're saying, look, we already are transparent. This is basically, I'm going to paraphrase here, they're saying this is politically motivated harassment.
Yeah, well, I don't know that, John. Again, it'll play out in time. I know that she said she wasn't looking for permission. She feels that she can do that. That's the auditor. That's her decision. She's doing it, and I think people, you know, understand that. She made the campaign promise. She's living up to it. I think that's important.
One last super quick thing. There's been a push on for a while to allow legislative employees, the staffers and so forth, up at the State House to unionize. Do you support that?
John, our board has unanimously endorsed that bill because, I mean, with all respect to the law not addressing the members of the House of Representatives, it only gives them the right to decide if they want a union or not. It doesn't guarantee they're going to have it. It just gives them the choice to make a choice. Do I want a union to represent me or not? That's all they're asking for. I don't think that's too much.
Listen, you know the red carpet's always out for you here.
Well, thanks.
And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
I appreciate that. As always, John, you were my favorite constituent. Thanks for being with us today.
Let's not overdo it now, but thank you. I appreciate that. That's Steve Tolman, the president of the Massachusetts AFL-CIO. Right now, I'm sending it back to my colleagues for more WBZ News.